In 2021, Kenya was given the mandate to be the national organizer for Tea Masters Cup International. Tea Masters Cup is a competition that brings together people who are in the tea industry, who brew tea, who make tea, who produce tea, and they have a passion and love for tea. And they have worked over the years and developed a taste and a passion for tea. And the competition is held, I think about 22 countries currently are registered with Tea Masters Cup International. They hold what they call national championships. And then once a year, the national champions of each country meet together in a country that is participating, what they call international competitions. And they compete, and you see who is the winner. So Kenya joined in 2021. In 2022, we held our first damming competition. This is the first official competition that we're having that is aligned 100% to the requirements of the Tea Masters Cup International. The competition has 4 categories. There is a tea pairing, tea preparation, tea testing, and tea mixology. The aim is to develop the skills of the tea testing, people who are in the tea testing, who are in the tea industry, to see how they compete with each other in identifying the attributes and characteristics of Kenyan tea, while at the same time creating innovative blends and mixes that will encourage the consumption of tea in Kenya. And this competition is actually only going to have two main categories, that is tea mixology and tea testing in Mombasa. Then on Thursday in Nairobi. On Thursday we'll be in Mombasa, where we'll hold tea preparation and tea testing competition. So there are actually 4 categories, but we're holding 2 in Nairobi and 2 in Mombasa. Competitors come from the tea industry value chain. We also invited Kenyans from all walks of life to come and participate. They have a skill, if they feel they have a skill in preparing tea, mixing tea with additives, tea with fruit, tea with alcohol, whatever they think they have an interest in or a passion, we invited them to come and compete. So the competition, however, when I look at the registration, is mostly heavily skewed to people who have been in the tea industry. These are packers, people who pack and sell tea, people who work in hotels, who make tea, or they do mixes with alcohol and tea, or food and tea, and people who are in the manufacturing sector, in the tea industry, from factories. We have quite a big presentation.
My name is Faith Chipkiru, and I work at Somo Tea Factory as a production assistant. I am a tea maker, and currently we are doing black CTC, that is the cutting, tearing, and the crushing, tearing, and cutting teas. But also we are doing the specialty teas. We haven't started the orthodox, but we are yet to start in next month. Right now we are making specialty teas, which are the black orthodox, black specialty teas, purple teas, white, yellow, and oolong. Yeah, and my expectations for today, I'm really looking forward to see how people have prepared their samples to taste and mix. It's my first time actually in a competition like this, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to see how people are going to participate in today's event.
One of the mandates of the Tea Board of Kenya is to promote Kenyan tea. We want to promote the consumption, the production and the consumption of tea. The reason why perhaps Kenyan tea has not moved so much amongst the youth, the growth has not been seen, consumption growth has not been seen as fast as that of coffee. is because there has not been a lot of innovation in the area of developing innovative or creating new menus of tea in the hotels, in the restaurants. Now, what the Tea Masters competition does is to encourage innovative solutions. And having done that, when this information goes to our viewers or tea consumers, and they realize that we can actually make tea differently and enjoy it, then that will drive the sales of tea in Kenya. Besides that, we also want our the current people, the people who are in the tea industry, to update their skills. Because when I'm alone, I think I'm my own master. I think I know everything. Yeah. But when I'm put next to you and we compete and I see, you're doing things differently, I tend to learn more and become better than I was before. Yeah. So the aim is also to improve our own internal capacities, internal skills as manufacturers or as packers or as competitors. Yeah. So when they see what is happening, as they see the competition going on and learning what their colleague is doing, we all become better at the end of it all. Right. Yeah.
At the end of it all, we all become better. Yeah. Thank you very much, James, and wish you a great competition.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My journey in tea, yes, I think this is my second and a half decade now.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations!
Actually, slightly more than that period. Yeah, it's been quite an interesting journey.
Yeah.
I still continue to learn things about tea.
Yes.
Even in that period of time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. And it's exciting actually that you have tea talk. Because I think one of the things we've not done as a country is talk about our teas. If you look at countries like India, countries like Sri Lanka, well, they've been there longer than us. I think Kenya is only 60 years old. Just about 60 or so years in tea. Right. Commercial. But those guys have been there for almost 200 years plus. But the one thing they do is that they are very passionate, and it is actually at the heart of the politics. So anywhere you find India, they talk about their tea. Sri Lanka, they are talking about their single tea. It's about time.
Right.
Okay.
And it's our time to talk about Kenya tea.
We are here. The Tea Masters competition really is about bringing people who are passionate about tea together to come and showcase their talent. The way we talk about, I think in coffee they talk about baristas, yes. Coffee baristas, and they actually have coffee competitions, yes. Barista competitions in doing recipes, in doing tasting. It's the same thing we need to do about tea.
Actually, Kenya sent their national champion for the global competition last week in Athens, Greece.
Yeah. That is one way of promoting our tea into the globe. We are saying that we are doing tea, and we also say we have these talents that are there working in our tea industry, and they can compete just like, with anybody who believe. So that is number one, to bring out those talents, to bring out the interest, to create awareness, to showcase our tea. So it is actually a marketing campaign. It is a promotional campaign. It is a training platform, because you have a lot of youngsters here who are doing this for the first time ever in their life, and they will actually get to see what it is. Tea tasting competitions are happening. We had one in Moscow back in 2018. We had one, actually, I think I participated in one in Seoul in 2014. We also had another one in Seoul in 2017 or thereabouts. So they have other countries are doing them. So we should also embrace those opportunities. So what we are looking for today, although the competition actually is not about the quality of the tea, it is about the talents that we have in recognizing, in identifying teams based on their quality, on their origin, on their mixing. Then there's the other part also of what you're calling team challenge, where these actually should be participated in by people who are in for instance, the hotel industry, catering and whatever, who are really recipes in the indeed, I was telling James that I wish we did this earlier, so that we have categories for students who are in colleges doing catering, and then we have a category for hotels who are already offering recipes to clients, so that these people can compete. For the food technology and students, it will be a good way of exposing them to what is there in terms of tastes, in terms of recipes, in terms of all these the ones in the hotel industry already. It will be a way of promoting even our local people, because as they do their competitions, somebody might come up with a mix of his own that he can actually now present as a product in the menu, and they get to see the variety of things. I can tell you a lot of people they only know the tea that you have in a tea bag, or in the news. They don't know all these other things.
Yeah.
So it's a good opportunity to showcase.
Great.
I know actually majority of the people in the room are from KTD, and we encourage the youngsters from those to apply. Unfortunately, because of time, I actually don't even know the actual number.
Yeah.
That's part of the discussion we were having with James, because he just came and said, he sent it to the factories, let anybody join. And the reason why we jumped into it as soon as it came is because it gives us an opportunity as a company to showcase our product, to increase the skills of our people, expose them to other talents that are there, so that they can also benchmark themselves. We believe we are the best, but even the best can learn and therefore we are not winning. And we are also playing our constructive role of promoting the local talent. So it is important for us. The biggest opportunity there is for them to do appreciate it as a commodity that can actually be dealt in many ways and forms. Today somebody can wake up and say we open a tea cafe.
Yes.
We have cafes. We can also have tea cafes. The youth of today actually are the best what is so lacking is awareness, is that knowledge. So we are trying now to create that desire to know more about it. And that's why you see that the participants here are mostly youngsters in their, actually most of them I think are in and we have also chosen the samples that are being tested here today have been submitted by the factories through the PSTAC. And we decidedly chose to deal with the specialty teas because that is now the new frontier that we also trying to promote as a way of breaking away from the traditional city sector and get into the specialty sector, which is more promising in terms of as it is more appealing to the youth as the population grows and the bigger population youth who are more interested in these activities. So there are opportunities. Once these people get that knowledge and we start seeing different varieties of tea, then we believe they will be interested in either consuming or knowing how it is produced or how can I make a living out of it, what can I do with it.
Thank you very much for talking to us, and we wish you a great competition, and moving forward will make this bigger.
I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm really waiting to see this competition at national level. Amongst themselves. Let's see a chef at the best hotel compete. That will create a recipe that I'll be looking forward to say, I want to go and taste tea at the expo. I want to taste the other recipe by so and so at that place.
Great. Thank you very much. This is Tea Talk. We are at the Ma Hotel and Suites, where Tea Masters competition is happening. Thank you and enjoy your day.
Thank you, everyone, and good morning. My name is Kata, Boaz Kata. I tell people I'm a tea grower, a tea processor, and a tea marketer. That's my life is all about tea. But over and above that, I run a tea company, a processing company, tiny in west of the Rift Valley, in Nandi. I double up as the chair of the Specialty Tea Association, and today I'm a judge.
Great. Great. So, Kata, I know your story will be long, but just in brief, how has your journey in tea been?
Okay. So I pride and say I have 45 years experience in tea.
Wow. Congratulations, that's long. That's a whole generation.
And the 45 is because I was born into tea. My parents worked into tea, so I grew up right in a tea farm. And I start my life at day one in tea. Fast forward, after my university years, I decided to start a tea packing company, which was just buying tea from factories and doing our own brand. We graduated 10 years ago and decided to process our own tea. That has been the part with ups and downs. Traditionally, Kenya has been known for CTCT, and so venturing into something that was not traditionally what Kenya would do meant, it's a steep journey because you're learning as you try and do it. All said and done, very fulfilling. So it's ups and downs, but we are happy about the steps we're making.
Great. And congratulations, Boaz. Maybe your message to young people. You're born in tea. You've been able to move from just being a farmer, starting a company to pack, and now processing. And as you've said, you're now covering the entire value chain.
Thank you.
There are young people there whose parents maybe have a farm, a country, and they've gone to college, and they're thinking, tea now. I want to be an engineer somewhere. I want to be, everything else but not tea. Is there a future in tea for young people?
God, I was itching to answer that one. I was itching to answer it. So I'll use my, specific example in terms of the company that I run. We have 20 employees working inside the factory. All this would be the young people you're talking about. I guess none is above 35 years. It's all 23, 4 to 35. They come into this space, yes, as professionals in one way or another, engineers, accountants and all that. But it's very possible to blend what you are doing with the tea business. So that yes, you're an engineer, but you're an engineer in tea machinery. Yes, you're a food technologist in tea. You know your numbers in tea. You're a community worker working with farmers. So it's really, when I see just how it's possible that riding, and I'll be so passionate about tea, I can talk this forever and ever. But when I just see how that creates tons of jobs, tons of impact in a community, at all levels, at tea farming level, tea harvesting level, tea collection level, everything is an art and also a science. And so there's room for tea masters. It's not just somebody making tea.
Yeah.
It's a craft. He's really crafting tea. And over, I would honestly say there is so much room, so much potential for young people in this industry. We grow a lot of tea in Kenya. And if each and every setup ends up taking 200-300 guys and employing them, tons of employment, tons of opportunities. Right now, there is, the world has become so small that seated in Nandi, I could market, sell my tea to somebody in New York using social media. That's opportunity for young guys, you understand? We deliver some of these teas by DHL, by air, So you have a whole logistic systems that can be developed 100% favoring the youth.
Right.
There's too much opportunity.
Talking about the opportunities for youth, government right now is focusing on the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. The bulk of our population is youth. Which button can government turn for youth in tea?
Yeah, so as I said, if you think about it, traditionally a tea company launched in Nairobi, you want to sell your tea, probably had to walk to KBC, KTN, say I want to do an advert, they bring their camera guys, you pay for a spot, crazy figures. Just think even just from the marketing angle. Today, if the youth want to be engaged, guys with cell phones, an investment of 10,000 shillings, tweeting and TikToking and Facebooking about tea, you already have tens of thousands of tea marketers, storytellers. The world nowadays wants everything with a story,
Yes.
Just imagine that opportunity. Think sustainability. The world is asking, is your product sustainable? That creates tons of room for innovation. Need some young guy to say, hey boys, you're drying your tea, you're using firewood, I have an idea.
Right.
You'll dry your tea using electricity, renewable energy, this is how it works, We've transitioned as a company from firewood, to using sugarcane briquettes to dry tea.
In Nandi,
you understand? And this was just by one young guy who really told us, I come from a window, I see so much sugarcane, let's work on compacting it. Tons of opportunity has been created. Yeah. So to me, it's limitless. I think the government needs to really engage these guys and say, guys, how do we disrupt the industry? I think that's the only question you ask this youth. This is the industry, we need to disrupt it. And in you disrupting it, you'll create so much opportunity.
Disruptive innovation.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, boss. Now, talking about today's competition, what's this competition about? People are wondering, can you compete on tea? What?
Yeah, so I love this. This is probably first in Kenya. More so for us who are on the specialty tea side. I mean, this is first of many to come. And I think more often than not, we focus competition on the actual tea that is made. We've been taking, like the annual competition, take tea, look at PF1, PF2, say this is that, this. This switches to the other aspect of looking at the people behind it, not the product, but the people
behind the product.
The people behind the product, and asking, hey guys, you say you normally do tea tasting. Can we see your organoleptic skills, display them to us, So it's an interesting dynamic when you now start focusing on the tea masters, on the people who are either making tea. We have a whole mixology that is, geared towards, the food and beverage industry. And we are saying, look, you have this tea product. Show us what you can do about it, And in those little tweaks, we'll end up having such a variety of teas, and really, Enoch, you might end up enjoying someone else's tea because they brewed it this way. I end up enjoying another, and that variety becomes the interesting part. Wow. So I think for me, the switch from purely looking at product, but looking at the persons behind it is the great thing for today.
And delving a bit deeper, what are the judges looking for as they make decisions about the different competitors and their team?
Okay. So today we'll have two sessions. Yeah. One is on tea tasting and one is on, let's say, tea mixology, tea preparation. From a tea tasting perspective, it would just be as straightforward as who was able to identify the most number of teas in the shortest possible time, So it's really your organoleptic, your memory skills, your tongue, how good are you in tasting different teas and quickly pairing them up, and whoever can do it in the shortest time and get them right is the winner. Okay. On the tea mixology, which is more preparing tea, it is given different components, tea of course being one of them, but given other things, hot water, cold water, ginger, how do you prepare a tea that brings out the best of that tea, but also we enjoy the other flavor profiles related with it, I mean, your tea shouldn't be too bitter, it shouldn't be too mild, it should ultimately give us a beverage we will really all enjoy and say, wow, that was a nice cup of tea. And so we'll be focusing a lot on that ability to, within a very short time, get all these ingredients together and serve a beverage. Of course, we look at how you serve the beverage and everything, but I guess the big issue is ultimately, is your beverage enjoyable, and I do expect a lot of enjoyable beverage. I think it will be a hot competition. But then it spurs thinking for industries to know, right now, I think really as Kenya, we've done a disservice to our country. Walk to any restaurant tomorrow, I bet you, coffee side, you'll have 10 different coffees. Cappuccino, espresso, mocha, latte, Then flip to the tea side. You'll be lucky if you get 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? Then we pride. We're the biggest country, largest exporter of tea. We have to do something with our tea. And this is the beginning of that. Let's have, you should walk into a place, you have A to Z, you don't know which tea you will drink today, and that would be interesting.
Yeah, it's both for choice.
Yeah.
And as a country, do we have tea schools? Do we have places, where Kenyans can walk to and get training on doing different teas? Or is it just anyone's creativity?
To be honest, unfortunately, none right now. None developed. Sorry, you asked me these questions, so I'll take advantage of this. My father worked in the tea. He passed on 4 years ago. At Tumo Teas, we are coming up with the J.K. Carter School of Tea. So there could be other small ones, I don't know of any. But yes, that's ultimately what to do at the J.K. Carter School of Tea, and it's really teach about tea, So we have one coming up. We encourage as many to come up, So I think soon, I've had also a few people thinking about it, and I think soon we'll have, places that people can go learn about tea.
Where does this competition place Kenya? As I think third leading producer. Where does it place us globally in terms of competitiveness of our tea?
It's easy, better to sell something you really believe in. And this is that transition. We will stop being people just producing tea and offering it to the market. But we will start twisting this conversation and telling you, the Chinese, for instance, have a very rich tea culture. They'll show you how to serve their tea, what teaware to use, This is ultimately going to lead us to that direction, that we just not only sell you Kenyan tea, but we sell you more than that, some heritage, you know, and tell you this is the best way to brew our tea. This is the best water for our tea. You know, these are the best combination of spices for our tea. The moment we start having those conversations, the drinkers start taking us seriously. You know, you can't go to a market, here is tea. Then someone tells you, how best do I enjoy it? You tell them, I don't know. You drink the tea. It doesn't make sense, you know. But the moment you're telling them, this tea I'm offering to you, I suggest use it with milk. I suggest brew it for 2 minutes. I suggest mix it with ginger, you know. Then people take you seriously. So I think this is a journey in beginning for us to really, you know, I normally joke around with many of my Asian friends and everybody. And I say, you know, truth be told, tea came from China, came from India. But I want you to give it up to Africa. We came, we adopted that baby and did a very good job with it, you know. Our yields are crazily good. Our, you know, so much as, for lack of a better word, it was an adopted baby. We've really done a good job. And now we own her. We are no longer saying we adopted this baby. We are looking at it and saying, this is our tea. These are our own clones. We developed them. We know how best to process it.
And we're going to serve it best.
Lovely.
Thank you very much. That was Katan. Thanks for what you're doing in the tea industry. Keep it up.
Thank you.
And all the best in the competition.
I think I've talked too much.
No.
Very complicated. Okay.
Good enough.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.